Wemby is, he's a game changer. He changes everything.
He's the game changer.
He's the best player in the world.
This kid is different. He's unguardable, and you can't score on him.
Wemby would be the guy.
I've never seen nothing like that.
First perfect big man that's ever created.
Something is shifting with Victor Wembanyama, and it has nothing to do with highlight blocks or logo threes. The longer Wemby stays in this league, the more the conversation around him keeps evolving. In year one, everybody talked about the obvious, the height, the wingspan, the freakish coordination, the stuff that made him look like someone built in a video game's create-a-player mode. But now, the smartest, most decorated minds in basketball have moved on to something else entirely. They're talking about his mind, his discipline, how fast he learns, the tiny details most players take years, sometimes entire careers, to figure out. And when champions, MVPs, Hall of Famers, and the guys who actually have to guard him start echoing the same warning, you know this story is turning into something much bigger. Isiah Thomas knows better than almost anyone what separates talented from terrifying. He went to war with the Celtics, battled the Showtime Lakers, and won titles as the heartbeat of one of the toughest teams the league has ever seen. So when Isiah watches Wemby, the physical tools almost feel like a footnote.
When you have a generational talent like Wemby, they normally skip the line. There is no, succession. And Wemby is, he's a game changer. He changes everything defensively and offensively. And I like the way their guard play. He allows them to get up in pressure because he can protect the rim. But also on the offensive side of the ball, he's such a magnet that you have to almost double team him sometimes. He's a willing passer out of the post. Mid-range game, he's got that. He's got the long-range game. And then the unique thing about him is he's got handle, he's got skill, so he can break you down. So at the end of the game, he's a go-to player. What's a go-to player? Go-to player is I can make my own shot, A. B, I can give others a shot. C, when I'm pressured, right, I don't turn it over. And D, if I get fouled, I can go to the foul line and make my free throws. That's your ultimate go-to player, and Wemby is that on the offensive side of the ball.
Before we go on, if you're enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe. It may seem small, but it makes a huge difference for the channel. What grabs him is that the mentality matches the gifts, and that's rare. The league has seen freakishly talented players before. Talent alone has never been the guarantee. The ones who become legends are the ones obsessed with solving the game, especially when the pressure turns up, which is exactly where Jamal Crawford's red gets interesting. Crawford spent 2 decades in the NBA, superstars, role players, teenage phenoms, grizzled vets. He's seen every archetype the league produces. But when he studies Wemby, one word keeps coming up, and it's not a word that shows up in a highlight reel: discipline. Anyone can see the size. Anyone can see the handle, the step backs, the shot blocking. But Crawford sees something underneath all of it.
So much quicker in the way he thinks. Like the dinners we went to were even more impressive than the encore work. Like he read 50 books last year, and he didn't even tell me that stat. So that's a book a week that he read last year. Like he's a brilliant, brilliant young man. It feels like you're talking to somebody much older, but just the way he's almost like, we know the freakish stuff he does, but the role player type things he does. He sprints every single time. He sprints to a screen. If he doesn't get the ball, he's not mad. He's sprinting back. He'll run for rotation. Everything he does, it's like he plays with the energy. He's trying to make the team. Oh, and by the way, it's crazy.
Structure, purpose, a player actually building a system around his gifts instead of just relying on them.
He's a little thing. As good as the talent he is, he's a little things dude. That's his game changer. So he's better than the hype. Not because the shit you can see, it's the shit you can't see. He's a little things dude. Every single time he's sprinting, try to block shot. Every single time he's running. Every single time he's in the right area on help. Every single time he makes the right play. He's a little things dude.
That combination is dangerous. Raw talent gets solved eventually. Teams study tendencies, coaches find cracks, defenders adjust. But when the guy with the freakish physical edge is also getting sharper every single week, the target keeps moving. The problem never sits still long enough to be fixed. Steve Nash zeroed in on a different layer of the puzzle: body control. Think about how strange this really is. A player, Wemby's size shouldn't be able to stop, start, redirect, recover, and manipulate defenders in space the way he does. That's guard footwork trapped in a 7'4" frame. And Nash also picked up on the sleight of hand hiding inside Wemby's defense. The little fakes, the subtle feints, the misdirection, small, deliberate movements designed to make an offensive player believe something is open right before Wemby erases it.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the offensive skills that are uncanny for his size.
Yeah.
But I think that the thing is, like, in a sense, like, you know, I think of him in basketball terms as a teenager. Like, you can see, like, where this is going in a way, because he's already, like you said, it might look awkward at times. It's an incredible feat of coordination the way he's able to handle, at this level, his length and the pace of the game and all that stuff. So as he gets stronger through his hips, as he gets, you know, more reps and he grows into, you know, really his body becoming, you know, a man. Like, I think that is something that is, I think you're spot on.
It's gonna be scary.
Spot on. You know, like when he can, like, rip the ball and win that first bump and spin and he's on the rim.
Yeah.
And he also is, you've already seen the ability that if he spins and they come early, he can make those passes. So, I mean, there's a problem forming offensively for sure, but where I've been really impressed is his defense. Is clearly the size, but what I love is he's already thinking through it, and he knows, like, timing. Like, I could come early because I see this, but if I come early, I open up something behind me. Let me wait. Let me play possum. Let me hide. I think we have some clips where he literally tries to crouch down behind the primary defender just to bait the guy into shooting and making blocks.
That's not rookie instinct. That's veteran craft. Then there's Kevin Garnett, who looks at all of this and asks a completely different question. What position does this guy even play?
He's changing the way we look at the 5 position. He's changing how we're looking at the post position. Victor is bringing a different level of guard / you know, small forward to the big man position. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, he's mixing finesse and force at the same time, or trying to. Have you seen him in the preseason? He's playing preseason games. He looks like KD and Shaq mixed together, my dog.
I get it, but it's a way to defeat everything in this sport. And everybody got a flaw, and you got to figure it out. I give it to Victor, man. He is transforming and looking like, damn, I ain't never seen this. So then you got to sit back and get in the lab, and you got to do the science to it. Oh, there you go, right there. Oh, okay, look. And then guess what he's doing, P? He's out running people. If he don't get the rebound, he just outworking a motherfucker. That's really what it comes down to.
Basketball has spent decades sorting players into boxes. Point guard, wing, power forward, center. Wemby breaks every one of them. He protects the rim like a traditional 5, roams the perimeter like a guard, puts the ball on the floor, shoots from range, and creates problems on defense that big men simply aren't supposed to create. That's why Garnett's take lands so hard. Wemby doesn't really play center. He doesn't really play power forward. He plays Wemby. And it's not just retired legends marveling from the outside. The best players alive are living this in real time. Start with Nikola Jokić. Jokić has already shown what happens when a big man rewrites his position's rulebook. The passes nobody else sees, the possessions he controls without ever forcing anything, the impossible choices he hands defenses. So when a player operating at that level looks at Wembanyama and admits the game is shifting again, that means something, because Wemby isn't chasing a Jokić comparison. He's not trying to be the next Shaq, the next Duncan, the next Hakeem. He's building something with no clean blueprint.
Do you feel like you've seen him improve since the last time you've seen him?
I mean, he's definitely. I think the first time I played against him, I told you guys that he's gonna change the league and he's just gonna change the basketball. And I still think that, and I think he has opportunity and chance to be the most unique basketball player ever played the game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo understands the problem from the other side of the equation. Few players alive know better what it's like to have physical gifts that bend an entire game plan out of shape. Teams have spent years designing defenses around keeping Giannis away from his spots. Now picture Giannis watching Wemby and realizing the uncomfortable truth. This guy is still getting better.
For Victor,
He's out there, he's chasing the game, he wants to learn, and that's the mentality that you have to have. You got to keep on learning, and I think at one time he's going to be in his, like, how you say, final level, and then it's going to be a nightmare. And I hope when that is out of the league, retired, you know. But also, I would love, because I'm a competitor, I love playing against the best. I would love to see that final stage and face that final stage before I'm too old, you know, so I can see. Because you want to have it in your resume. You want to play against the best. Like I can say I've played against Kobe, LeBron, KD, Steph, Jokić, Wemby, and a lot of other players that I'm not mentioning right now, which I don't remember. But you want to have it as your resume, sign of respect. You know, when I have 4 kids, I'll be able to sit down on the couch and watch the clips with them and say, like, I played against that guy. You know, one time I dunked on him, one time I blocked him, but many other times he got me. But you're able to share that moments with your loved one.
That's the part that should scare everyone. Wembanyama doesn't need to get taller. He doesn't need another impossible physical gift. He already has more than enough. The real question is what happens when the footwork sharpens further, when the reads speed up, when he's got years of NBA film in his head and knows exactly how every defense plans to attack him. That's when the word unguardable stops sounding like a highlight show cliche. And then there's LeBron James. This might be the most telling reaction of them all. LeBron has watched basketball reinvent itself over and over for 2 decades. Different eras, different systems, different generational talents, and competed against essentially all of them.
He's not the first guy in our league that's been tall.
Right.
He's not the first guy in our league that had length or been tall. He's not. So we can nip that in the bud right now, guys. And yes, it's a factor, because his length, his size, the way he's able to cover a lot of ground, especially defensively. But when we talk about what he's able to do offensively, his ability to put the ball on the ground, we've seen him ISOing, our defensive player, multiple defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert, multiple times on the perimeter, hitting him with snatchbacks, spins, up and unders, dream shakes, fadeaways. We've seen him, a cross dribble, step back out of the corner for 3, his ability to catch and his coordination, which sometimes look uncoordinated, but it's because of his length, his ability to catch the ball with his back towards the basket or half of his body and be able to find the rim before he even lands. That is coordination that we've never seen before. And it's not just because he's tall. It's because he has the ability to do things that we haven't seen in our league, like, ever. But his IQ, like, you could tell by the way he talks, you could tell by his demeanor, like, he knows the game, he was taught the game the right way. And San Antonio continues to get lucky as fuck with these generational talented, IQ, smart, but like, listen, keep the main thing the main thing. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and now Wemby. Like, guys who they have this
dead serious.
They have this dead serious mentality. They have these blinders, these horse blinders on, and they like, the mission is the mission, and that's all that matters. It's pretty remarkable to see.
Wemby still makes him stop and stare. What gets LeBron isn't the height, it's the control. Wembanyama can look like he's off balance, almost like he's about to trip over his own frame. And somehow he still knows exactly where his body is, where the defender is, and where the ball is at every point in that motion.
He's got unbelievable confidence now. He just looks like he knows exactly what to do at both ends all the time. Whereas I thought his, first couple of years, he looked young at times. He doesn't look young anymore. He just looks like he knows exactly what he's doing. Obviously dominated the glass. I thought Draymond did a really good job on him defensively, and then there's plays where you can't do anything.
One another. Line to poke it away.
Just catching it and dropping it right in, and you kind of have to give him a little bit of space because of his ability to drive. And couple plays, Draymond gave him some space, and he just knocked down the jumpers. And obviously, three-point range, 3 block shots. Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
I do think he's going to go down as one of the great ones. I mean, from a statistical standpoint, it's just like I said when I saw LeBron come in the game. These guys are going to dominate the game statistically because of how the rules have been changed. Like, I mean, this guy can shoot a 3-pointer whenever he get ready.
It's ridiculous.
That's the crazy part about it. It's like you can't even contest his shot. You know, we think that Steph Curry got the freedom to dribble and shoot the ball, but now you're talking about a guy that's 7'6", and you know, with unbelievable range. You know, just watching him other night, step across half court, pull up a three.
What was that all about?
You know, that's what we're going to be seeing in the next 10 years of the game is a lot more shooting from a lot bigger guys.
After Bam Adebayo dropped 83 points in the 2026 scoring title race, Pippen was asked if Wemby could top it. His answer? Not only yes, but he thinks Wemby could obliterate that number entirely.
100-point game. Will anybody break that?
Yes.
Yes. What kind of a player will break it? More like a Steph Curry or more like a Shaq?
More like a Wemby.
More like. Really? Do you collect cards?
No, I don't collect cards, but I think for that to happen today, because I think, isn't the court bigger than what it was when Wilt scored 100?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Because I don't think it was a 3-point shot score back
No,
then.
for sure they didn't have 3-point shots. That I know.
But I think that Wemby would be the guy.
At his size, that shouldn't be possible. That shouldn't look normal. And maybe that's the real headline buried underneath everything these legends are saying. Wemby's biggest weapon might not be that he can reach higher than anyone else on the floor. It might be how fast he's learning what to do with every advantage he already has. Because size eventually becomes familiar. Teams adjust to length, coaches build game plans around it, players study the tape until the mystery wears off. But if Wembanyama keeps evolving at the exact same pace the league is trying to catch up to him, then the version of Wemby that the NBA finally figures out how to guard might already be gone by the time they get there. And that's exactly why what comes next is going to be must-watch basketball.